You are welcome to the Hersheypark Arena for tonight's PIAA Boys Quad A State Championship game featuring the Erie Cathedral Prep Ramblers and the Aces of Lower Merion. The Ramblers checking in with a record of 24-7 and Lower Merion at 30-3. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Gallagher along with Brian Duffy. We are set to call the action for you live here on WJET TV 24 as the Cathedral Prep Ramblers look for their second state championship in 4 years. They've made 3 trips here in the last 4 seasons. Among some of the guys that will be featured who were on that team a few years back, John Trokey and Keith Neese. Brian Duffy, who may play a key role as we look at the big guy from Lower Merion in Kobe Bryant.
I think there's a lot of keys going into this basketball game, Mike. Number one, obviously, is the emotion of the night, and I don't think that's going to bother Cathedral Prep at all. We'll talk about some more of the keys in just a minute.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise as we honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. We are honored to have with us tonight 6 lovely young ladies from Merion High School to sing our Star-Spangled Banner. They are...
We'll be back with the tip-off after this.
Ashley Thornton.
It's the Spring Spectacular going on right now at all Erie Paint locations.
Choose from the area's largest selections of wall coverings, now sale priced to 20 to 40% off.
And the new Benjamin Moore Super Hide Eggshell Enamel Paint is now $5 off.
This great interior scrubbable paint is only $16.99 a gallon.
Come into Erie Paint today.
Hi. We got your color, we got your color at Erie Paint.
Erie Paint, Peach and Liberty, and 2111 West 12th, just east of Pittsburgh Avenue.
I'm Francis V. Klecker. We at the Klecker Funeral Home have been serving Erie families for 3 generations. We have the largest facility in Erie County and a wide selection of burial or cremation plans to fit your needs. Our 4 licensed funeral directors have a commitment to helping families through a very difficult period in their lives. For a pre-arrangement consultation, call 454-0156. Klecker Funeral Home, continuing the tradition of caring for over 3 generations.
Celebrate spring and rejuvenate your spirit with a fresh new Pontiac. Forget about putting a spring in your step. Put the pedal to the metal in a 96 Bonneville. Its suspension unwinds curves. Its power flattens hills. Or save a lot of green. Lease a Grand Am for just $212 a month for 36 months with $2,000 down. Or $274 a month with nothing down. Don't let any grass grow under your feet. Get to Hallman, McQuillan, Kramer, Jones, Rice, Upperman, Griffin, Boxford, or Kirkpatrick now.
Welcome back live to the Hersheypark Arena. Mike Gallagher and Brian Duffy. The starting lineup for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. Keith Neese, the 5'11 senior. Brian Shizakowski also in there for the Ramblers, along with John Trokey, the senior, 6'4". Doug Lecker at 6'3", also a senior. And Julian Blanks, the sophomore, as we pointed out a little bit earlier, a key player. And there you saw the starting lineup for the Lower Merion Aces. And we are just about set to tip it off. Tipping off for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, John Trokey going up against the 6'6", Kobe Bryant. A little bit of a mismatch with Kobe Bryant at 6'6", Trokey at 6'4", and Lower Merion comes up with the tip. We are underway live at the Hersheypark Arena. Emery Dabney goes over to Hatcher, back to Dabney.
Dabney, the guy that's going to be playing starting for Dan Pangrazio, so we're going to have to keep an eye on Dabney and see what he does offensively for this team as far as running the basketball team.
Trying to work against the Ramblers. Back out, Dabney for 3, no good. Rebound for Doug Lecker of the Cathedral Prep Ramblers.
Lower Merion showed nice patience, Mike, on the first possession and offensively, and that's always a key for any basketball team. Looks like Lower Merion out in a man-to-man. We expect them to play this for most of the afternoon. and evening, the Ramblers will be very patient and look for good shots like they have done all season long.
Trokey with the look over to Lecker, brings it out to Julian Blanks. Blanks back to Trokey, who wants the three, doesn't go. Rebound nicely by Shezakowski. Shez to Trokey. Trokey being guarded by Bryant, and Trokey nicely to the basket gives the Ramblers the early lead at 2-0.
Bryant was looking for some backside help from Dabney, didn't get it, wasn't real happy. They play a very aggressive man-to-man defense, Mike. Cathedral Prep may be able to find some backdoors, and they may be able to take Lower Merion off the dribble.
Down to the baseline, the shot no good. Lecker battling, and finally Trokey coming up with it. So far, nice job by the Ramblers off the boards, both sides of the floor. Jezikowski brings it up to Lecker. Comes to Keith Neese. Back to the sophomore, Julian Blanks, over to Shez for three. Count it, it's the Ramblers 5, and the Aces nothing. 6:07 first quarter.
Good looks. Cathedral Prep has gotten 2 of them, Mike. They got a drive to the bucket and a good open three-pointer. They knocked down both of those shots. Quick start, 5-0. Lower Merion really hasn't been able to get Kobe Bryant involved in the offense. Here he goes now. It looks like we got a little matchup. Zezikowski up top on Bryant. They're going to double team him on the perimeter.
Bryant kicks it out. The ball goes out of bounds off of the hands of Emory Dabney, so the Ramblers will have possession and a shot at taking a 7 or 8 point lead if they can convert on this offensive possession.
This is a great start for Cathedral Prep. Everyone's been building up the Kobe Bryant and this Lower Merion team for so long. You had to be a little bit concerned about the confidence level of Prep, despite the fact they've done such a great job the course of this year. This is a great start for them, and this really makes them feel they can win this game.
Neese, the shot, count it. So the Ramblers out to a 7-0 lead here with 5:22 remaining in the first quarter, as Lower Merion with the possession has yet to get on the board. Kobe Bryant now trying to do it, dishes it off. The shot is short, and Trokey with the rebound.
Well, we talked about Marcel Araby and what a job he does, and Lower Merion's confused offensively. Point blank, Lower Merion is confused offensively.
Shezakowski for three. This one doesn't go, and finally Kobe Bryant comes up with the rebound. Bryant wants to go coast to coast, goes up, the ball knocked out of bounds, and the Aces will maintain possession. As a basketball player, emotionally, a start like this has got to be good for any team.
Well, certainly. I mean, you're up 7-0 against a team that everyone's telling you they got the best player anyone's seen in high school. How about Trokey there? Nice job defensively, gets the block shot. Ramblers come down with it, and they're going to work the offense. Nice aggressive defense so far by Cathedral Prep. They're doing a great job doubling Bryant on the perimeter.
Julian Blanks tries going to the hole, can't get it to fall. Quickly back up the floor is Dabney, who goes underneath. The shot no good, and the foul. With 4:28 remaining in the first quarter, the Ramblers do lead 7-0, and Shezakowski will be hit with his first foul of the game, the Ramblers' first foul of the game.
Good strong drive by Hatcher to the hole. When you're a struggling basketball team, Mike, and we've talked about this before, instead of spotting up and shooting jump shots, what you need to do is take the ball to the basket, try and draw some contact, get to the foul line, maybe look for that three-point play.
So the first point of the game for the Aces comes from the free throw line, thanks to Omar Hatcher. And Hatcher is the one replacing the injured point guard. His second shot is good, so it's 7-2. Ramblers still with the lead, now getting some pressure defensively by the Aces, and they get the ball back loose on the floor from the top of the key. It's Bryant. He's off the front of the iron, no good. And Julian Blanks with the rebound, pushes ahead to Keith Neese. Back to Trokey. Slowing it down now to Neese. Neese drives, pulls up at the free throw line, and connects.
Kobe Bryant was making a gesture over to his coaching staff that the ball is slippery. Prep's not having any trouble with the ball at this point. 9-2 with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Shot up, no good for Pettit. Pettit goes again and is fouled underneath. And it is going against Shezakowski, I believe. Chez will be hit with his second of the game here in the first quarter with 3:53 to go.
We talked a little bit about foul trouble at the top of the show. We were talking about foul trouble in reference to Kobe Bryant, who does a great job slashing to the bucket. But already, Zezikowski with 2, and we've only played about 4 minutes.
Shot no good. It is 9-2. Ramblers with the lead. 3:53 remaining first quarter. Live from the Hersheypark Arena here on TV 24. You see the Rambler crowd in the background, causing some problems for the free throw shooters. Count this one. We get the point. So the score stands. The Cathedral Prep Ramblers 9, Lower Merion 3. We're back with more of the first quarter after this break.
Plan a relaxing getaway to the new Residence Inn by Marriott, Erie's newest and only all-suite hotel at I-90 in Peach Street. The beautiful new Residence Inn has more living space. Choose from a studio, 1 or 2 bedroom suite, including your own fireplace, jacuzzi, and kitchen. Relax in a spectacular indoor pool, whirlpool, sauna, and fitness center. At the Residence Inn, you can stay in a suite for the price of a room. Whether you stay for a night or a weekend, you'll discover that the Residence Inn by Marriott sets a new standard in luxury in Erie. For reservations, call 864-2500.
Flour?
Yes.
The thing about diabetes is that you can learn how to control it. You can prevent complications from occurring by controlling the blood sugar.
Garlic in here too.
We teach the patient that they don't need to be so reliant on the doctor or the nurse educator, but they need to take a more active role in their care. Having diabetes doesn't have to be a life sentence. Unlike other diseases, you can learn how to control it. And through our diabetes education classes, we can show you how.
We are back live at the Hersheypark Arena. 9-3 the score. The Ramblers with the lead. They will have possession. John Trokey will inbound for Cathedral Prep underneath the Lower Merion basket.
Lower Merion, full court pressure, Mike. It really shouldn't cause any problems for the Ramblers. They've been used to this, played against this in the past. Lower Merion plays it very aggressive, however. They have caused 1 turnover off the full court pressure already, but Prep's seen this before from some other teams, and they've got at least 2 guys on the floor, really 3 now with Fiorelli in the game that can really handle the basketball in Nice, Blanks, and Fiorelli.
Lecker brings it back to Blanks. Blanks being guarded by Emery Dabney. Keith Nice working against Omar Hatcher. John Trokey against Kobe Bryant.
Look how aggressive the defense is in the perimeter for Lower Merion. They've got Prep's offense pushed all the way up to the half-court line, looking to force a turnover. Got a jump ball.
And the possession arrow will keep it going the way of the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. They lead by 6 at 9-3. 3:26 remaining first quarter. John Trokey to inbound. Brings it to Julian Blanks in the backcourt. Again, Blanks working against Dabney. Over to Trokey, down to Nice. Now back to Blanks from 3. No good off the rim. Rebound, Kobe Bryant. Trokey
Double
does
team.
back off.
Double team on the perimeter.
Underneath. Foul call going against the Ramblers, and I believe John Trokey. So that's his first of the game, the Ramblers' 3rd team foul. And it's Dabney with it for the Aces. Now to Kobe Bryant, working against Keith Nice off the pick. Drive,
Nice pass.
Shot no good. Loose ball. Trokey comes up with a rebound. Nice play by the Ramblers on the boards ahead to Fiorelli, who drives. His layup doesn't go.
Tough to go strong to the hole when you know you've got Bryant coming down, breathing down your neck.
And a foul call is going to go against Lower Merion against Brendan Pettit.
This is what Prep doesn't want. We just saw 2 quick possessions up and down the floor. Prep doesn't want to get into that type of game with Lower Merion. They feel their best chance to beat this team is to force them into the deliberate style that Marcel Harapy and the Ramblers enjoy playing.
So the Ramblers with the ball and a 9-5 lead here in the first quarter, 2:30 to go. Julian Blanks with the ball. Top of the key to Trokey, who works the ball. Over to Fiorelli. RJ, a junior, 6'1", now up and under, no good. And a foul call underneath going against Lower Merion.
Well, we talk about when you play pressure defense, you're susceptible to the backdoor cut, Mike, and Prep's gotten a couple of those. Another one there, Trokey going to the hole. Maybe one Troke should have gotten. You don't want to miss the easy ones against a good defensive basketball team, but that shows some promise that Prep's looking backdoor and finding some success with the backdoor cut.
Ramblers with the ball, R.J. Fiorelli. Now to Julian Blanks. Keith Neese down near the baseline. Fiorelli drives. He can't get it to fall, and it remains 9-5. Kobe Bryant works it up the floor for the Aces. Losing the handle, loose ball, and the Ramblers come up with it.
Mike, Lower Merion's defensive strategy obviously is to push everybody baseline. Watch when one of the Prep players has the ball in the wing. They're going to actually let him take it to the basket baseline. Watch Bryant pushing Trokey baseline. Everything is pushed baseline, then they look for some help. Great job by Julian Blanks, the offensive glass. Prep's going to be able to get the ball to the basket. Whether they convert or not is going to be a big key as to whether they win the game.
The Kobe Bryant shot no good. The Ramblers with their first points in almost 2.5 minutes now have an 11-5 lead with 1:19 to go in the first quarter of play, live from the Hersheypark Arena here on TV 24. Coming into the ball game is David Lastman, the senior 6 foot for Lower Merion.
Prep's done a fabulous job taking Kobe Bryant out of the game. He hasn't scored. The guy's averaging 31 a game. Prep had hoped to cut his average in half down to 15. Well, right now they're certainly on a par to do that.
The shot by Kobe is short of everything. Goes out of bounds.
Again, Bryant is complaining to his coaches that he doesn't like the basketball. You got to play with it. Everybody else is. The Ramblers aren't complaining. No one else is complaining. Bryant's a great player, but talking to your coach on the sideline, it's going to help the basketball.
It's 11-5, 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Ramblers lead. Blanks working the ball for Cathedral Prep. Over to Doug Lecker, down to R.J. Fiorelli. Now to Trokey, fakes, kicks it out. Blanks didn't like it. Drives the baseline, tries kicking it outside. Goes out of bounds.
Good pass by Blanks.
And the Ramblers will maintain possession.
Doug Lecker wasn't expecting the bounce pass and came right to him. Missed an opportunity to get an easy 2.
And Lecker will go to the bench. Bob Vahi checks into the game for Cathedral Prep, along with Graham Witherspoon. Vahi is in the game. 39 seconds, the first quarter. Keith Neese to Julian Blanks. R.J. Fiorelli.
They'll look for one here, Mike.
28 seconds. You're looking at the clock on the screen. Witherspoon, as a junior, got a lot of playing time early in the season. Now Blanks started the drive, brings it back out to Vahi. Over to Fiorelli. 13 seconds. The shot by Neese is good for 2. So the Ramblers now lead at 13-5 as the quarter is winding down. Bryant will try to get off a shot from 3. No good. So the first quarter comes to a close. Your Ramblers lead it 13-5. We're back with the second quarter after this.
Beals McMahon Painting congratulates the Prep Ramblers on their success this season and wish them well in their quest for the PIAA Quad A Championship against Lower Merion tonight from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Good luck, Ramblers, from Beals McMahon Painting. Commercial, institutional, residential, serving northwestern Pennsylvania since 1973. Beals McMahon Painting. Call 454-3676. And go Ramblers!
This is interesting.
It's contemporary. Touches of gold are nice.
We can save $2,500. So we get the sculpture?
I'd prefer the Cadillac DeVille.
Right now, save $2,500 in options on the special edition Cadillac DeVille, including leather seating areas, gold ornamentation, chrome wheels, and more.
See anything you like? Register to win a weekend for 2 at the Greenbrier Resort. See Roth Cadillac, Peach Street in Erie.
Welcome back live to the Hersheypark Arena, 13-5. The Ramblers with the lead. The shutting down of Kobe Bryant is certainly a key.
They're talking about the ball, Mike. We hate to keep harping on it, but during that whole timeout, Lower Merion did nothing but complain about the basketball to the officials.
Well, whatever's on it, it works for Cathedral.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Prep shooting a tremendous percentage after the first quarter. Not going to sit here and say that Lower Merion's looking for any excuses at this point, but Kobe Bryant's obviously not happy with the basketball. Sometimes when you get a new ball, it is really slippery until the basketball can be broken in. That's his first 2 points of the game, so the Ramblers have done a fantastic job shutting him down.
It's 13-7, Cathedral Prep with the lead here in the second quarter. Doug Lecker with the ball to Julian Blanks. Blanks drives, kicks to Trokey, over to Fiorelli. Fiorelli works it up, comes to Lecker. Lecker steps into the key, now to Blanks.
Watch them force baseline. Anything on the wing, they'll force baseline.
Fiorelli drives, puts it up. Doesn't go.
Good take to the hole by Fiorelli, Mike, but what he should have done is spot it up, maybe took a little jump stop in the key and put up a little jump shot, maybe tried to use the board at that situation. That's a real tough shot for any basketball player. Fiorelli not squared to the basket, got a great look at it there. Had plenty of time to come to that jump stop, throw up that jump shot.
Babahi is back in the game for Cathedral Prep. Chezikowski on the bench with 2 fouls, and keep in mind, Chez didn't play a good part of that first quarter, so a nice effort by the Ramblers with him on the bench.
Certainly was. Keith Neese doing a great job in the first quarter, 6 points. Trokey doing a nice job on the boards, 3 boards.
Out to Kobe Bryant, double teamed by Vahi and Blanks. Pressure and a foul call going against Bob Vahi.
What Prep is doing, Mike, is they're playing the matchup zone that we have seen them play all year long. But any time that Bryant has the ball, they're going to double team him on the perimeter. We'll have to wait and see if he gets the ball down in the block or in the corners or deeper on the wings to see if they're going to double team him there. I bet they're going to.
Lower Merion with possession. The Ramblers lead at 13-7.
And they did double him down low.
Off the rim, no good. Bryant with the rebound and goes up for the slam and hangs onto the rim. And we've got a Lower Merion player down on the floor as Emery Dabney, a little shaken up, dunking over him.
Great explosiveness by Bryant. I mean, the guy's got some hops. We get another look at it. This is what Prep has to watch, offensive glass. This is a lot of athletic ability and a lot of strength to go straight up with 3 people hanging on you and throw one down.
Julian Blanks to Doug Lecker. Down to Trokey. Now to Neese. Working against Dabney. Trokey works against Kobe Bryant.
Force
now
baseline.
Trokey drives. His shot doesn't go. The rebound to Dabney and Lower Merion.
Prep's going to have that all day. If Prep can knock down that 7 or 8 footer off glass, they're going to win the basketball game.
Keith Neese for 3, no good. Rebound for Lower Merion. Jermaine Griffin with the board. He averages 12 rebounds per game. 5:47 left to go in the second quarter, live from the Hersheypark Arena. The Ramblers lead at 13-9, but Kobe Bryant is coming on strong now, and it is now 13-11. They are within 2.
Well, that's what you can't have. That's where he's very dangerous. He's a good jump shooter, but where Kobe Bryant is really dangerous is when he can start splitting some seams and getting to the basket.
Trokey kicks it to Blanks. Over to Neese. Down to Trokey, who goes up strong, and this counts for 2.
Nice strong move by Trokey with Bryant in his face. It's obvious Cathedral Prep is not intimidated whatsoever by the presence of Kobe Bryant. That shouldn't be a surprise. We certainly didn't expect them to be.
3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Keith Neese.
They can take that shot from now until next week. Prep will give it to him.
So Neese averaging 1.4 rebounds a game is almost there. 15-11 the score. Ramblers with the lead and possession. 4:46 to go second quarter. Vahi getting pressured and fouled by Jermaine Griffin. That'll be his first foul of the game.
Prep once again getting some good work off the bench. Vahi doing a nice job. Fiorelli's done a nice job. Fiorelli and Zezikowski are back in the game. Spoon did a nice job when he was in the game, so the Ramblers have already gone 8 deep. Just about 12 minutes into the basketball game, and they've gotten some good production from everybody.
David Lastman checks into the game for David Rosenberg for Lower Merion. Trokey is on the bench along with Vahi. In case you think it's Vahi, he told us himself
did too.
it is Vahi. He said, everyone calls me Vahi, so it didn't really matter to him, but we want to get it correct. Bob Vahi. Ball goes out of bounds. Lower Merion will get possession. It's a 15-11 ball game. Ramblers lead 4:28 second quarter. Mike Gallagher and Brian Duffy live from the Hersheypark Arena. This, the boys PIAA Quad A State Championship. The main event here has the arena sold out.
Right now, Mike, tempo, patience, everything favoring Cathedral Prep. It's their type of basketball game. Lower Merion wants the game to be in the 60s, high 60s, low 70s, even push it into the 80s. Prep wants the game to be in the 40s, maybe into the 50s. At this point, we're talking 40s, and that's Prep's type of game. Same defensive pressure they're using on Bryant. They're going to let everyone else try and beat him. They're not going to let Bryant do his thing on the perimeter.
Griffin drives the baseline, and he gets it to fall for 2.
Nice looking move. Nice strong baseline take.
15-13, Ramblers by 2. Fiorelli with the ball. 3:39 remaining second quarter as the Ramblers drive. Shot no good by Julian Blanks. Rebound for Lower Merion.
Prep got a good look at the basket there, but they may have wanted to slow things down a little bit. Bryant traveled.
And the traveling call will give the Ramblers possession. And we have a break in the action with the score. Cathedral Prep 15, Lower Merion 13. We're back with more of the second quarter from the Hersheypark Arena. Hold on, they will not give us a timeout like they were going to. So we will keep it here.
Mike, what Prep needs here is a solid possession. They want to hold on to the basketball, make 10, 11, 12, 13 passes and get a good look at it. In the last 3 or 4 possessions, the tempo of the game has picked up just a little bit, and that goes in Lower Merion's favor.
Graham Witherspoon back in the game for Cathedral Prep. Trokey also checked back in.
Let's give Graham Witherspoon a lot of credit. Spoon did a great job as a starter for this basketball team through most of the season. Lecker then became the starter, but Spoon has kept his head into the basketball game, Mike, and provided some big minutes in the Western Championship against McDowell, and looks like he's going to have to provide some big minutes here against Lower Merion.
Spoon drives the baseline nicely and puts it in for 2. 17-13, Cathedral Prep leads it. 2:48 remaining second quarter. The Ramblers have led from the start. Ball goes out of bounds, so Cathedral Prep will get possession.
Prep got the kind of possession the last time. Maybe a hurried shot by Zezikowski from the corner, but Prep doing a nice job on the offensive glass. They've slowed the game back down, back to their pace, back to a 4-point lead with 2.5 to go in the second.
Julian Blanks to Keith Neese. Over to Trokey all alone. Takes the shot off the rim, no good. Rebound for Bryant. And Zezikowski is going to get hit with his 3rd foul of the game. And that's not good.
No, and he's going to have to go out, and we probably won't see Zezikowski for the rest of the half. Fiorelli's going to come on in for him. Actually hard to blame Zezikowski there because he just got his hands stuck in between Kobe Bryant. I mean, Zezikowski not really looking to make a stupid foul. It looks like a stupid foul, but in reality, Zezikowski just got caught in a bad spot.
There you saw head coach Marcel Araby in his 9th year with Cathedral Prep. 196 wins and 59 losses, 5 trips to the West Final. This is his 3rd trip to Hershey with 1 state championship. The Ramblers averaging 66 points per game throughout the 95-96 season. Lasman drives. His shot no good. Fiorelli, nice job getting the rebound. The Ramblers with possession and the lead at 17-13. Fiorelli getting pressure. Comes over to Blanks. The ball's loose on the floor, but Trokey comes up with it. Now to Keith Neese being pressured.
Handling the pressure very well. Bryant gets caught.
So Bryant gets called for the foul.
Prep really with a lot of poise, with a lot of patience on the perimeter, moving the ball, working for their kind of shot. The pressure that Lower Merion has put on has been very good, Mike, but it hasn't phased Cathedral Prep up to that point. I'll tell you what, we talked a little bit about Spoon. He takes a seat on the bench. Spoon's done a great job for the Ramblers.
We'll be back with more after this.
At Prime Star, we think everybody should be able to enjoy mini-dish satellite television. At the same time, we believe that nobody should have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to buy a dish. So with Prime Star, there's no equipment to buy. The service, along with 95 channels, digital picture, digital sound, and it all starts at about $1 a day. Prime Star.
Call today at 1-800-475-4646, extension 580.
In the summertime, life's so easy in the summertime. Soft and breezy in the summertime. Whoa, oh, oh, the summertime.
Time to call the York Doctor of Home Comfort. He's factory trained and fully qualified to save you from the high cost of summertime.
Keep cool all summer. Make no payment for 6 months. Call the Doctor of Home Comfort, H. Jack Langer at 838-2239. No problem.
Live at the Hersheypark Arena, the governor of the state of Pennsylvania and Cathedral Prep graduate, Governor Tom Ridge, in attendance for this ball game with his children. 17-13, the Governor's Ramblers lead it with 1:48 remaining in the first half. Kobe Bryant in the first half, just 6 points, 3 of 7 from the field. And so far, the Ramblers doing their job defensively and getting it done offensively. Julian Blanks works the baseline, kicks it out. Trokey able to keep it away from Bryant. Down to Lecker. Lecker all alone, but goes cross court to Keith Neese.
Great patience. Great poise, great patience.
Lecker alone again. This time takes the shot, counted for 2. Doug Lecker nails it. 19-13, Ramblers lead. 1:15 left to go until halftime.
Prep is doing everything we thought they had to do, Mike, to win this basketball game. They played a tremendous, tremendous first half up to this point.
Emery Dabney goes down to Hatcher inside, called with the offensive charge, so the Ramblers will get possession with 1:03 until halftime. With their patience, will they work for a shot?
I think that's a long time to go as you see the charge. Keith Neese doing a great job stepping in. 1:03 is a long time to go against the type of pressure that Lower Merion puts it on. What Prep will probably do at this position is just run their regular offense. It takes them 40 seconds to get a shot, then maybe they'll look for that last shot, but I wouldn't expect them to come down the floor and say, we're going for one right away.
Julian Blanks, cross half court, taken away by Kobe Bryant, who is going to go the distance up and slams it home.
Well, he's a special player, and he showed us that right there. Prep's done a great job on him, but when you get out into a running game, that is exactly why Prep wants to avoid a running game, because that's what that guy can do in the fast-paced, up-tempo game.
19-15 the score, Ramblers lead, and if Kobe Bryant only gets 8 points in the second half, he can slam all of them.
Yeah, well, he can have 4 dunks and 8 points, and Prep can go home with the state championship.
Up and underneath, Doug Lecker coming up big. As the Ramblers maintain the lead, they led from the start.
The dunk really phased them, didn't it, Mike?
21-15 the score. The half winding down. The shot no good. Keith Neese with the rebound. Trying to get it up the floor. Will let the half come to an end, and it does the way the Ramblers won it. With the score, Cathedral Prep 21, Lower Merion 15. It's halftime from the state championship. Stay with us when we come back. The director of the PIAA, Brad Cashman.
The PIAA Quad A State Championship. Prep versus Lower Merion. Sponsored by Edinburgh University and KFC.
There are over 200 million vehicles on our roads today. And when the one you're running starts running on empty, there are 3 excellent quick-fill gasolines to fill you up and get you back on the road again. Quick. Quick-fill Unleaded. Quick-fill Unleaded Plus. And high-octane Super Quick for peak performance from any driving machine. Quick-fill. For all you've got that's running on empty.
Where else in Erie County can you go and see new Chevrolets, Oldsmobiles, Buicks, Pontiacs, Geos, and Chevy trucks all in the same place? Nowhere else but Kramer's in Northeast. If you're tired of being pressured, want good service, a salesperson who cares, then Kramer's is for you. We mine cars for our customers. You can get more at this GM store than any other place in the county. Kramer's, Route 20, Northeast, your good friend dealer.
When you think of air, remember Jordan. Jordan Heating and Air Conditioning.
He's hot. Well, that's it for today. Time to get back to work.
Jordan Heating and Air. We stick to what we do best.
This weekend, you can cash in on fashion at Mill Creek Mall. Just shop for new spring apparel, shoes, or accessories in 3 stores. Present 3 receipts totaling at least $75 and get a $10 mall gift certificate free. Use your free $10 gift certificate any way you like to cash in again at any mall merchant. Check your newspaper or the mall for participating cash in on fashion merchants. You'll find shopping very rewarding during Cash in on Fashion this weekend at Mill Creek Mall, Upper Peach Street, Erie. Department store receipt.
Hersheypark Arena, where the Cathedral Prep Ramblers lead Lower Merion 21-15 in the boys PIAA Quad A State Championship game live here at the Hersheypark Arena. And a very special thank you and a welcome to Brad Cashman, the director of the PIAA, joining us live at halftime. I got to ask you right off the bat, your impressions of this state championship game, certainly living up to expectations.
I think so. There seems to be a lid on the basket, at least the first half, but I think the game is living up to all the hype that it has enjoyed the last couple days.
Realistically, with the PIAA and this sellout here, this has to have been an exceptional weekend for the PIAA, as it is year in and year out.
This may be one of our best weekends we've had as far as the crowds are concerned. Usually our Friday afternoon doubleheader is a crowd of maybe in excess of 5,000. We were well over 6,000 for that first doubleheader, well over 7 last night. We were over 7 this afternoon, and this is probably going to be close to 9,000 for tonight's doubleheader.
We've had a lot of success in this building, and it's been a great time and great for the teams to go to Hershey. But you and I talked briefly, and I told you I was going to put you on the spot. That new Bryce Jordan Center at Penn State is in the center of the state. Has so much to offer. Is there a chance these games could wind up on the campus of Penn State in the years to come?
Well, there is a chance. We're looking at the proposals that we've received from both Bryce Jordan Center and also Hersheypark Arena. We're going to sit down, do a cost analysis. We're going to do a comparison of some of the advantages of staying here versus going there. And then we're going to make an announcement, official announcement on April 15th. It's a tax deadline and decision deadline time.
So we will know then.
Yes.
I hope we see you at Penn State next year, sir, or in the years to come.
We'll stay tuned.
Okay, Brad Cashman, thanks for being with us at halftime.
You,
and the score again, Cathedral Prep leads it 21-15. We're back to go over the first half after this.
South Dakota, East Dakota, West Dakota. The 1996 Dakota Club Cab 4x4 SLT, only $19,996. 1996 Dakota Sport 4x4, $16,996. An 8-foot bed work special for $11,996. Straight out Route 20 in Girard.
Orthopedic Surgeons, Inc. at 26th and Sassafras wish the best of luck to the Prep Ramblers in the state championship game. Experts in sports medicine, the physicians of Orthopedic Surgeons, Inc. care for fractures, foot, hand, and shoulder problems, and specialize in arthroscopic surgery and joint replacement. Longtime supporters of this athletic program, Orthopedic Surgeons, Inc. salutes these fierce competitors. Congratulations, Hoopsters, from all your supporters at Orthopedic Surgeons, Inc. Go Ramblers!
Fear most is what we treat best. Hammett Sports Medicine. Let the games begin.
Park Arena, Mike Gallagher, along with my colleague Brian Duffy. 21-15, the score. The Ramblers with the lead. Going over the stats, we brought our stat man, Lee Patton, along to because we thought he'd really have some work with Kobe Bryant, but thus far his job's been easy.
Yeah, he's been a little bit silent. Kobe Bryant's done a great job. 4 2-pointers, nothing from the three-point range, and we know Kobe's a good three-point shooter. Nothing from out there. He's got 8 points. He's got a couple rebounds, has turned it over 3 times. Not a whole lot of problems with foul trouble right now. Kobe only with 1. Real foul trouble comes from Zezikowski. Zezikowski with 3 fouls. Prep's done a nice job. I'll tell you what, the Ramblers haven't gotten to the line yet. They haven't taken a free throw, so they need to look to go to the basket maybe a little bit more. And it may sound a bit of a contradiction. They haven't got their three-point game going either. Only 1 3-pointer in the first half. Zezikowski knocked 1 down. So maybe Prep needs to take the ball to the basket a little bit with some penetration. If nothing is there, or you don't get fouled, maybe look to kick the ball out, find some three-pointers. They've got 3 great three-point shooters that they need to take advantage of.
Cathedral Prep again leading 21-15 here at halftime, and you know they're going to, as we take a look at some of the stats on your screen, 1 of 6 from three-point range, 0 for 4 for the Aces, free throws 3 of 4. We knew the Aces would get to the line, and they may yet, and those fouls to Zezikowski hopefully will not be a factor.
That's really the only foul trouble at this point for either basketball team. But Zezikowski's a real smart player, so I don't think there'll be any problem with him down the stretch. They'll probably sit him down for a little bit in the third quarter. Of course, Bryant got to the free throw line 17 times in the Eastern Final, so the whole team's only been there 4 times. The big thing right now, Mike, is the pace and the tempo of the game, is the pace and tempo that Cathedral Prep came in wanting. They've got it right now. If they can hang on to it for the next 16 minutes, they're in good shape.
So we are almost set to get it underway in the third quarter. Again, the Ramblers have the lead at 21-15. We are back with the third quarter of this state championship game after this timeout.
Is it a luxury sedan or is it a truck? Smart lease a GMC Jimmy for $299 a month for 30 months with $1,800 cash or trade down and decide for yourself. You get a 4-door Jimmy with 4-wheel drive, anti-lock brakes, driver's side airbag, power windows and locks, AM/FM with cassette, tilt wheel, cruise, rear defogger and wiper, deep tinted glass and aluminum wheels. So forget the luxury car versus truck debate. Lease a Jimmy from Rick Weaver, Hartley's, Emery Mahan, Griffin Bossard, Wiggers, Smith Gray or McQuillan.
You feel the contraction getting stronger. It's reaching its peak. Nice, slow breath.
The best way for parents to learn about birthing options is in a partnership, in discussion with their caregiver.
Are you relaxed?
Okay, there you go.
All right. How's this?
Women are entitled to good experiences, the experiences that they want.
And then let it out.
But the standard, the gold standard has to be, the platinum standard has to be good, safe care, delivered in the way the mother wants it.
Only your Goodyear retailer has it. The only tire with a lifetime tread life warranty. Introducing the all-season Goodyear InfiniTread. Its tread is guaranteed for as long as you own your car. New Goodyear InfiniTread. The only tire with a lifetime tread life warranty.
Conway and O'Malley Goodyear has quality tires to fit any budget. Locally owned and operated at 905 Pittsburgh Avenue, 5535 Peach, and on Buffalo Road across from Kmart East.
Conway and O'Malley. We're your Goodyear store.
Back door.
Another 3 for David.
The law firm of Williams, Adair, and Ridge is proud to support the Cathedral Prep Ramblers in tonight's game. Attorneys Dennis Williams, Evan Adair, David Ridge, and Kevin Kallenbach offer a broad range of legal services. We know that trust and personal attention is part of our job. But tonight, we join you in wishing the Ramblers the luck they deserve after a great season.
The PIAA Quad A State Championship, Prep versus Lower Merion, sponsored by Edinboro University and KFC.
It's 21-15. You look at the Prep rooting section as we get set to start the third quarter. The Ramblers have the lead, and Duff, while we were at break, you pointed out a key point. The star point guard for Lower Merion out of the game may have hurt this team in the first half.
Certainly it did. Certainly it did. And that's not to take anything away from the way Prep has played, but you can't take it would be comparable to Prep taking a guy like Keith Neese out of their lineup. I mean, it's a big part of your basketball team. We've watched as Kobe Bryant has handled the basketball a lot more in that first half than Lower Merion wants him to handle the basketball on the perimeter.
So the Ramblers with the ball to start the third quarter. We are underway. Ramblers with the lead. John Trokey going against Kobe Bryant. And Trokey to R.J. Fiorelli. Fiorelli now to Blanks. To Keith Neese inside nicely to Blanks. And a traveling call will turn the ball over. The Aces with possession. It's Emery Dabney.
Change of defense a little bit for Prep. Right now, Trokey's guarding. Bryant all over the floor.
And the drive by Griffin counts and the foul, so he'll go to the line looking at a three-point play.
Looked like a little box from Prep. We'll have to take another look at it. You see the great penetration by Griffin from Lower Merion, doing a nice job. And that's what they have to do to get back into this basketball game. Lower Merion, that's their type of game. Pushing the ball up and down the floor, slashing to the basket. Again, I mentioned it looked like a little change of defense for Prep. Looked like a little box. We'll have to check and make sure. It looked like Trokey was going through with Bryant everywhere on the floor.
So Jermaine Griffin can't convert from the free throw line. He averages 12 points a game, but it's 21-17. The Ramblers with the lead here in quarter number 3, 7 minutes and 11 seconds on a ticking third quarter clock. R.J. Fiorelli in for Shezakowski, who was on the bench with 3 fouls. Got hit with 2 early. When he came back off the bench, got 1 more. But Fiorelli has done a nice job off the bench, as he's done all year. And here comes Griffin up and lays it in for 2. Bad inbound pass by Lecker. Loose ball on the floor. And Lower Merion gets possession with a chance to tie the game. The Ramblers have led from the opening tip. And they lead by 2 here in the third quarter. Bryant for 3 is short off the rim, and the rebound for the Ramblers. R.J. Fiorelli ahead to Doug Lecker.
Prep was back in the matchup there, and that's what they want to force Bryant into doing, taking those long three-point jump shots. Trokey got hammered, no call. Now they're going to get Lecker for over the back.
Lecker came hard to the boards and got hit with a foul.
Foul number 40, Lecker.
That is his first foul. 6 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. 21-19. It's the Ramblers by 2, and this the PIAA Quad A Boys State Championship. The main event here at the Hersheypark Arena. Across the court. The shot for 3 is up and in for Emery Dabney. So that is the first lead of the game for Lower Merion at 22-21.
Might want to think of a timeout. Watching Marcel Araby now, it doesn't look like he wants to get one. It's a 7-0 run to start the second half.
And we have a foul call that is going to go against Griffin of Lower Merion.
Marcel Araby has a lot of confidence in his basketball team. He knows that they're not going to get flustered. They're not going to get rattled. It's a little 7-point run. They'll weather the storm and stay in the basketball game. Sometimes you may want to talk things over. Coach Araby, though, knows a lot about TV timeouts and knows that he's looking at one in about 1 minute and 45 seconds or so. So he may be waiting for that to save those timeouts for later in the game.
So the Ramblers will have possession. Keith Neese to inbound for Cathedral Prep. Brings it into John Trokey. Trokey now to Julian Blanks. Back to Trokey. Thought about it. Thinks again. Shoots off the rim. No good. Rebound for Lower Merion. They work it up the floor. The pass and the slam for Kobe Bryant. His 10th point of the game, and it's another slam.
It's a 9-0 run to start the half, Mike, and it's Lower Merion's pace now. There's no question about it. They're forcing Prep to hurry a little bit offensively. That's not what you want offensively from Prep, is Doug Lecker going baseline. Doug Lecker's a good little spot-up jump shooter, but right now, this thing's flying, and that's what Lower Merion wants. Nice pass. Nice block by Trokey.
But this time the shot is up and in for Brendan Pettit.
Timeout.
And with that, the Ramblers take a timeout, so we will as well. The score, Lower Merion 26, Cathedral Prep 21. Stay with us. It's getting exciting from the Hersheypark Arena.
Nautilus Fitness and Racket Club presents a never-before-offered membership special. 3 for 1. That's right. Now any 3 people can join Nautilus, Erie's finest health club, for just the price of 1. Shape up for spring, save money, and work out with friends or family, and split the regular initiation fee 3 ways. You'll never be able to join Nautilus for less than our 3 for 1 special, so act now. No more excuses. You can't afford not to take advantage now. This special offer of 3 for 1. Only at the Nautilus Fitness and Racket Club.
I'm Francis V. Klecker. We at the Klecker Funeral Home have been serving Erie families for 3 generations. We have the largest facility in Erie County and a wide selection of burial or cremation plans to fit your needs. Our 4 licensed funeral directors have a commitment to helping families through a very difficult period in their lives. For a pre-arrangement consultation, call 454-0156. Klecker Funeral Home, continuing the tradition of caring for over 3 generations.
Kobe Bryant, wham, with the 2 hands for Lower Merion, and they're on an 11-0 run to start the second half. You see Bryant doing it all, throwing it down with authority. Lower Merion showing everybody why they are the best team in the East and why they hope to be the best team in the state. Prep's got to weather the storm. 11-0 run, Michael, to start it off. And poise and patience, we talk about it all the time with Prep.
And Marcel Araby puts Shezakowski back into the game, and the foul call is going to go against Bryant. That is his second of the evening here in the third quarter.
Ramblers ball out of bounds.
So the Ramblers inbound from under their own basket to Shezakowski, who brings it back outside, goes under to Trokey, who goes up. Doesn't go.
The officials are really letting them play, and that right now is to Lower Merion's advantage because they're playing very aggressive and getting away with a lot of knocks. Shezakowski, obviously, they need him on the floor, Mike. He's been sitting around with 3 fouls on the pine. Knocks down the 3. Was that a 2 or a 3?
That was a 3. Shezakowski's second three-pointer of the game on the season. He's a 43% three-point shooter, and certainly they need him offensively. He's got to play.
Well, what they really needed there was that basket. Shezakowski did a fabulous job. We got the foul underneath Trokey. I think they got Trokey. Yes, they did. But Shezakowski, that's a huge basket. Stops an 11-0 run. Stops the bleeding a bit for the Ramblers. Hey, they're only down 2. We've got about 12 minutes of basketball left. You better watch Lower Merion. They're looking for that back door with Kobe Bryant for the dunk.
So it is now 28-24. The Aces lead by 4 here in the third quarter of play. Just over 4 minutes to go. Pressure, but the Ramblers hang on to possession. Neese over to Shez. Shez goes down, back to Shezakowski. He works it around to Julian Blanks. Now to R.J. Fiorelli. Into Keith Neese, who pulls up for the shot. No good. Rebound for Kobe Bryant.
Tough shot. Neese was floating. Awfully tough to do. Oh, how about... Oh, no.
Wow. Kobe Bryant is for real.
Between the legs and then the no look. You just have to appreciate a beautiful basketball player. And we've gotten a quick glimpse of why Kobe Bryant is talked about the way he is.
It is 30-24. The Aces lead the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. R.J. Fiorelli to Shezakowski for 3. Count it for 3. Shezakowski now with 9 from three-point range.
Keeping him in the game right now, Mike. Kobe Bryant's really starting to feel it, and Shezakowski's got 6 points in about the last 30 seconds.
Outside, shot no good. And underneath.
It's on Lower Merion.
Lower Merion hit with a foul, and I believe it's Brendan Pettit. 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. 30-27 the score. Lower Merion leads the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. But despite a strong showing by the Aces in the third quarter, the Ramblers very much alive in this ball game.
Oh, certainly. There's a long way to go, and that's a great pass by Keith Neese.
To R.J. Fiorelli, who gets the shot.
Basketball is a game of angles, and Keith Neese played that angle perfectly. That's a charge on Bryant. Ran Blanks right over.
Outside, shot no good. Ball loose, comes down to Griffin, who puts it up. Over the back. And they're going to hit Bryant with that?
Oh, it looks like they got Prep. Did they get Trokey on that?
Found the Ramblers number 23,
R.J. Fiorelli.
Not sure. I'm not sure where they got that.
Outside for 3. Count it for 3 for Emory Dabney. 33-29. The Aces with the lead.
Dabney hasn't shot it well up until that point, but that's a big three-pointer for him. Great take by Fiorelli. Took it right to the big guy.
Fiorelli has played so well all year, and he's doing it again here in the state championship game. Kobe Bryant works, drives to penetrate, and a foul call going against Shezakowski, which will be his 4th. That hurts with 2:02 left to go in the third quarter.
That really, really hurts.
Playing so well offensively.
That is his 4th personal foul.
That's 2 fouls on Shezakowski that are a little bit iffy if you're asking me. Number one, Zezikowski just sort of got in the way both times. Wasn't really hacking anybody. You can't really blame the official. I mean, he did hack him, but he just sort of had his hands up, and Kobe Bryant is such a strong individual going to the basket that he's going to get those calls.
Bryant at the line in the Eastern Final win, what, 17 trips?
17. This is his first trip of the night.
He has 11 points on the night, looking at 12 if he can convert.
He can play, Mike. He's the real deal. There's no question about it.
And it counts 35-31. Ramblers trailing the Aces.
Yeah, they're okay right now. They're okay. They just need to continue to look. Lower Merion's done it defensively. They've really stepped up their defensive pressure. They're pushing Prep's offense back up towards the half-court line. Prep wants to start their offense around the three-point arc. They've been pushed outside by Lower Merion. They just need to take their time and find some good shots, do what they're capable of doing, and they'll be okay.
So Trokey gets fouled. Against Brendan Pettit of the Aces. The fourth team foul. Inbound to Doug Lecker. Almost taken away, out of bounds, and they say it's off of Lecker, so that will be Lower Merion's ball. 1:36 to go in quarter number 3, 35-31. You see the score. Lower Merion with the lead.
Matchup zone still, but you see Trokey all the way up by the half-court line with Kobe Bryant. Now, this is really surprising to me. I don't understand this by Lower Merion at all. No, maybe I do now.
Driving is Bryant, and he gets it to go.
I thought they were going to hold the ball, but we've seen that set from Lower Merion before, and that's what they're looking for, the backdoor for Kobe Bryant. They had no intention of trying to run any clock there, Mike, and that's what I initially thought they were going to try and do.
R.J. Fiorelli, Lecker not ready for it. It's loose on the floor. Finally coming up with it, Kobe Bryant. Loses the handle, and Lecker gets it back. Now ahead to Keith Neese.
Well, Bryant's feeling it a little bit and thought he'd get the French pastry going. But, it's been a great run by Lower Merion. We see why they're in this championship game in this third quarter. They've done a tremendous job in the quarter, not only getting back into the basketball game that Prep dominated in the first half. They're looking at a 6-point lead now, when at halftime we're talking about a 6-point lead for Cathedral Prep, so they've turned the tables around completely.
With the exception of All-Star games, the next game that Kobe Bryant plays could be in the National Basketball Association. He has talked of heading to the NBA as the third quarter is winding down.
22-10 run for Lower Merion in the third quarter.
3 for Bryant. It doesn't go as the third quarter comes to a close. It's Lower Merion 37, Cathedral Prep 31. We're back with the final stanza after this.
Edinburgh, University of Pennsylvania.
If you do one thing, do it right. In the middle of the day or late at night, don't even try it if you can't come through. You say you want chicken? Well, that's what we do.
Enjoy the KFC All-You-Can-Eat Buffet, featuring a fabulous selection of items, including the Colonel's delicious chicken, fresh salads, hot vegetables, and tasty desserts. All you can eat only $3.99 for lunch, $4.99 dinner, and all day Saturday and Sunday.
KFC, chicken right.
The Business Technology Association says Toshiba copiers are the most reliable in America, which means Toshiba copiers are as reliable as Old Faithful. Hey, maybe even more. And nothing's more reliable than your Toshiba dealer. Whoa! So for reliable copiers, fax machines, and Toshiba service and supplies, call Hagen Business Machines. Hagen Business Machines, your old faithful Toshiba dealer.
Come to life here in the Hersheypark Arena as you take a look at the father of Kobe Bryant, who himself played in the NBA.
assistant coach at LaSalle under Speedy Morris. They used to call him Jelly Bean when he played in the NBA, Joe Jelly Bean Bryant. Good NBA player, played with a number of teams. I think he played with the Rockets as well as the 76ers.
And also head coach Marcel Arabi of the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, along with Jim Marnella and Wes Alexander. You're watching the action live on WJET TV 24 in Erie, Pennsylvania. 7:40 to go in the game. It's Lower Merion 37, Cathedral Prep 31. And we've got a ball game. With the ball, it's Emory Dabney now to Kobe Bryant.
Lower Merion, what they're doing now is trying to figure out what kind of defense Prep's in. And they're still in that matchup zone. They're just pushing it way up top whenever Bryant has the ball.
The shot by Dabney, no good. Ball is loose on the floor, and finally Keith Neese comes up with it for Cathedral Prep. Nice job of getting away from the pressure. Brings it up the floor, pulls up, shoots, and scores.
This time he hits one of those floaters. We've seen Neese hit those shots. Those are really hard shots to take. Watching that on TV, you just don't realize how tough it is to shoot a basketball when you're floating, going full speed like Keith Neese was just doing.
So it's 37-33. Lower Merion with the lead and possession. Ramblers applying some pressure. Ball goes out of bounds. Cathedral Prep will get possession.
Neese, the senior, doing the job right here. Mike forced the turnover with the defensive pressure. Got the jump shot, the floater in the lane to get Prep to within 4, and then he gives him possession again. Boys and patience. Boys and patience.
In the last 24 hours, we spent a lot of time with his brother Tom and his family, and I think he has about 40 family members and all down here. And the one thing they've all pointed out is how disciplined Keith Neese can be, and he's showing his discipline and showing what kind of spark he can give this Rambler team as Jezikowski is back in the game for Cathedral Prep, and Kobe Bryant is called with the foul. That is his third foul of the game.
Well, that could become a factor, Mike. 6:31 to go in a game or a close game. I mean, you're talking there may be an overtime in this type of situation. You know Prep's going to hang in there right down to the end. They're not going to get blown out of this one, and Prep's not going to blow Lower Merion out. So we're looking at a close game down the stretch. We're now a 2-point game with 6:25 to go. So it could be some foul trouble for Kobe Bryant. He won't go out of the game, and I don't think there's any way that Marcel can take Jezikowski out of the game now with 6 minutes to go.
That was R.J. Fiorelli with the bucket for the Ramblers. Poor possession for Lower Merion. They throw it away, and we have a timeout on the floor, so we will take a timeout with the score. Lower Merion 37, Cathedral Prep 35.
Dr. Frederick J. Tomasi, specializing in the medical and surgical treatment of foot and ankle problems, would like to congratulate the 1995-96 Cathedral Prep basketball team. As a 1973 Prep graduate, Dr. Tomasi reflects back with fond memories on the athletic, academic, and spiritual endeavors while attending Prep. Dr. Tomasi is proud to be a part of Prep's excellent heritage. Best of luck now and always to our country's future leaders.
Way to finish out the state championships live from the Hersheypark Arena. The Quad A main event is certainly living up to its advanced billing. It's a 2-point game. Lower Merion leads it with 6:09 remaining in the fourth quarter by just 2 at 37-35, and the Ramblers with the ball. Jezikowski for 3. This one doesn't go. Rebound for David Lastman of Lower Merion. Emory Dabney works against the Ramblers defense. Back out to Lastman. They'll leave him sit out there as he goes to Bryant, who spins. Turnaround jumper no good. Rebound for the Ramblers.
That's the first time we saw that, Mike. They posted Kobe Bryant up. So that must be what they do. When they definitely want the ball in his hands late in the basketball game, the best way to do it is get him posted up down underneath, and we hear he's got great post-up skills.
Neese drives. Should have been a foul, and it is. And the foul will go against Brendan Pettit.
Number 33,
Ooh.
Whoa.
May have been ball.
May have been ball.
We'll take
May
the
have been
foul.
body.
As Keith Neese goes to the line, and is that the first Rambler to go to the line this half?
Prep hasn't shot a lot of free throws in this basketball game. The Ramblers not getting to the line a whole lot in this basketball game. Lee Patton says it's the first time they've been to the line. So
and Keith Neese on the season, a 78% free throw shooter for Marcel Araby and the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. The second shot is good.
I think the officials have been good, though, Mike. We're not in any way, shape, or form do I think the officials have had any impact on this game whatsoever, and that's what you want in a big game.
And we are tied at 37. Lassman with the ball for Lower Merion, looking for Kobe Bryant. He's not there.
They got him. They have him running block to block, Mike. It's obvious that when it comes down to crunch time, that's what they're going to do with Bryant. He's just going to move block to block and try and post up and do some things in the lane.
Doug Lecker is called for the foul, his second of the game. The team's 6th of the half. Both teams with 6 fouls here in the second half. Kobe Bryant with the ball. John Trokey applying the pressure.
Good
Bryant
pressure.
has to get rid of it. The shot is up and in for Pettit.
Well, that's what you have to worry about, Mike, when you pay so much attention to Kobe Bryant. They did a great job that possession, but sometimes you're going to pay because you're not completely covered defensively.
Shot up and in for Cathedral Prep's John Trokey. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. 39-39. We are tied. The Aces with the ball. Griffin drives. His shot no good.
That's what they want. They want those other guys to try and beat him. They don't want Kobe Bryant to beat him in the last 4 minutes of the basketball game. Make one of the other guys do something offensively and beat you. Good-looking shot by Trokey. He's got to take that one. He can hit it.
So we are just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game, tied at 39. Bryant drives. Offensive foul. That is foul number 4 for Kobe Bryant. And on the game dump, he's got just 15 points. When he's averaging 31 a game, the Ramblers have done their job. As you see him drive again, he's hit with the foul. The offensive charge.
Well, real close call. Keith Neese sliding in underneath. Neese's feet was set. His body was moving. That's the hardest call for an official to make. Prep's obviously going to take that call. 39-39 with 3:54 to go, Mike. We got a great ball game.
Stay with us. We're back after this.
For your summer vacation. But is your car's cooling system ready? A weak radiator, bad hose, or worn belt can spell disaster. Before your trip, visit Canfield Radiator at 18th and State. Their qualified technicians will inspect, advise, and correct any potential problems. Ensure your family a trouble-free, comfortable trip by first stopping at Canfield Radiator, Erie's oldest and largest radiator and air conditioning specialist. Canfield Radiator at 18th and State.
Hold on to your seats. It's going to go to the wire. 3:54 remaining from the Hersheypark Arena. Lower Merion 39, Cathedral Prep 39. We've got a whale of a state championship matchup.
A couple things to look at, Mike, in this situation. Kobe Bryant with 4 fouls still in the basketball game. Brian Zezakowski with 4 fouls still in the basketball game. Neither team can afford to lose one of those players. It's going to be awfully tough to win this basketball game. And as we mentioned, we're still looking at a possible overtime. We've got about 3:50 to go in a tie game, and we've been exchanging baskets in the last 3 or 4 minutes, so it's not out of the question. Then those two guys with 4 fouls really going to come into play.
39-39 the score. The Ramblers with the ball. 3:35 left on the game clock.
Kobe Bryant, I mean, there's a big hand check out top on Zezakowski. He can't afford to do that. Great poise, great patience, easy two for Trokey.
First lead of the 4th quarter for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. They're now up by 2 at 41-39.
They weathered that run pretty well, didn't they, Mike?
They certainly did. And that's the job done by head coach Marcel Araby, who knows how to get the job done. Foul call going against Julian Blanks.
Both teams in the 1-1 now, and we know what a great foul shooter Kobe Bryant is. So this game could also come down to who's going to knock down their free throws down this stretch.
Kobe Bryant going to line, shooting 1+1.
So Bryant on the 1-1 tonight at the line. He's 2 for 2, 1 of 1. Takes a while, but it falls.
Still counts.
3 minutes and 11 seconds left to go. As you look at the bench of Lower Merion and head coach Greg Downer, who told somebody his job is to get this guy on the bus. And he makes his second. So it's tied at 41. Keith Neese working against Omar Hatcher, who is in for the injured point guard Dan Pandrazio, who Lower Merion has certainly missed. His 13 points per game and quite a team leader.
Good patience.
R.J. Fiorelli's shot, no good. And foul against Shez.
Yep.
Shezakowski. That is his fifth personal foul. So this will hurt with 2:43 left to go in the ball game.
You know, that's a tough situation for a coach, Mike. I'm sure Marcel Araby might take a little bit of heat for leaving them in, but I mean, what are you going to do? You're playing in a state championship game. You're in the fourth quarter. Zezakowski's got to be in the basketball game. It really hurts Prep at this point. They've had great bench production, but Zezakowski's a three-point shooter. He's a guy that can do a lot of things offensively. Lecker's going to check in for him, but it puts you at a decided disadvantage headed on down the stretch.
Zezakowski leaves the game with 9 points. We're tied at 41 and back in a moment.
Beals McMahon Painting congratulates the Prep Ramblers on their success this season and wish them well in their quest for the PIAA Quad A Championship against Lower Merion tonight from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Good luck, Ramblers, from Beals McMahon Painting. Commercial, institutional, residential, serving northwestern Pennsylvania since 1973. Beals McMahon Painting. Call 454-3676. And go Ramblers!
Unbeatable carpet savings? You're getting warm. It's spring sale time at Schilling's Carpet One.
This is the sale I have been waiting for.
Every Schilling's carpet is sale price 20 to 50% off now through Sunday.
Everything's on sale?
Pick your color, pick your style, pick up 20 to 50% savings and don't pay a penny for 6 months. Yeehaw! Fresh cut prices on every carpet store-wide now through Sunday only at Schilling's Carpet One.
2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the ball game, tied at 41. Emory Dabney going to the line for the Aces of Lower Merion. True Prep fans. So Dabney converts and gives Lower Merion a 1-point lead. Looking at 2 if he can convert on this, the second.
Mike Zezakowski will sit down for the remainder of this game. What Prep has to do is forget it. I mean, there's nothing Zezakowski can do to help him now except from an emotional standpoint, cheering on the bench. What they have to do is forget about it and continue to play, and they're still right in the ball game. I mean, it's a 2-point game with 2.5 to go.
Keith Neese to Doug Lecker. Over to Trokey. Now to Julian Blanks. Lower Merion has not lost in 26 ball games. They are 30-3 on the season. As Fiorelli drives and it doesn't go. 43-41. Lower Merion with possession and the lead by 2 points. You're watching this conclusion on WJET TV 24 in Erie, Pennsylvania. We are now under 2 minutes to play. 43-41. Aces have the lead.
Well, they're running some clock now, and they'll probably look for Kobe Bryant on some kind of backdoor. Keith Neese has got him.
Minute 35. The shot is up and in for Kerry Walker.
Well, I'm sure that's the kind of shot Prep wanted him to take. I mean, they made a good defensive stand. They kept Bryant away from the basketball, and they got one of Lower Merion's players to force up a bad shot, and it goes in.
And a foul is now going to go against Omar Hatcher, the 6'2 junior. Jermaine Griffin tries settling him down.
Good job by Nice. Penetration. When you need a bucket, the easiest way to get it, the best thing to do is penetrate. When you're going to the basket, good things are usually going to happen. You're going to get fouled. You're going to get a dish. You're going to get a jump shot. Nice is standing at the line.
He is now 3 for 3 from the line tonight. And he is a 78% free throw shooter on the season.
With 1:22 to go, Mike, and Nice knocks this one down. They're down only 2, so you don't need to rush into any foul. You just want to play a good possession. Lower Merion will force up some shots. Well,
and now Julian Blanks gets hit with the foul.
Yeah, you didn't need to do that, and they weren't looking to foul. Blanks just going for the steal at that point. It's not what you want to do is give them easy buckets. You let them run some clock and maybe try and force them into turning the ball over or taking a bad shot like they did the last time down the floor. Prep certainly not looking for the foul in that situation.
45 to 43. Kerry Walker is going to the line for the first time tonight, shooting the 1-and-1 with 1:20 left in the game. Off the rim, and Keith Nice with the rebound.
Yeah, and that wasn't a real good-looking foul shot. So they may want to put that in the memory banks, number 23. And if they get into a situation where they have to foul someone, that might be the guy to look to foul.
There's a break in the action. We're back after this.
At Prime Star, we think everybody should be able to enjoy mini-dish satellite television. At the same time, we believe that nobody should have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to buy a dish. So with Prime Star, there's no equipment to buy. Our dish comes with the service, along with 95 channels, digital picture, digital sound, and it all starts at about $1 a day. Prime Star.
Call today at 1-800-475-4646, extension 580.
This is a slightly yellow diamond with many imperfections. It's also a poor cut. This diamond has a white color, a good clearness, and a cut that releases its beauty. This diamond is more valuable, and it's the one you should buy. If someone doesn't explain the difference, you might buy this one. Can you afford to make that mistake? I'm Steve Crago. At Les Crago Jeweler, we show you the difference. Come see us on West 8th Street in the Colony Plaza.
1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in the game, at least in regulation. It's Lower Merion 45, Cathedral Prep 43. The Ramblers with possession.
Both teams in the 1-and-1, Mike, now, so any foul, you're going to the line.
And it's Nice working against Walker, puts the shot up. It doesn't happen. And the rebound for Lower Merion with a minute to go.
Julian Blanks, great job, like a defensive back going for the steal.
So now the Ramblers will try and set the offense, trailing by 2.
Poise, patience, plenty of time. Look for a good shot.
How big was that play by Blanks? We will find out.
Reading like a defensive back, they could have been in some trouble right there. They would have been forced to foul. Blanks makes a big play. He's a sophomore, big-time player. I like the way this possession has started for the Ramblers. They're being very patient, looking for something good.
Blanks driving. His shot no good. Ball is loose on the floor. Lower Merion comes up with it. Pass ahead is up and in.
Well, Prep got a good look. That's a good shot by Blanks. It just didn't drop. They're in a bit of trouble now. They got Nice for the turnover. 47-43 with 14 to go, and Lower Merion has the basketball. Prep got everything they wanted in that possession, Mike, down 2 at 45-43. Blanks to the hole. He's hit that floater a lot of times. It just didn't go this time.
There's a break in the action. We'll be back with a conclusion after this.
All right, team. We're going to go right up the middle with interest-bearing checking, hit him outside with free first order of checks, and finish him off with credit card protection, keyring registration, and free accidental death insurance.
Yo, Coach, how about 50% travel savings nationwide?
Rocky, that's it. Now go out there and win.
The First Place checking account only from First National Bank of Pennsylvania. Let a personal banker put you in first place today.
In 1988, H. Jack Langer performed an operation no one thought could be done.
It's a left electric!
Today, if you want a job done well and you can always reach him, maybe you should hire H. Jack Langer, the doctor of plumbing, heating, and air conditioning.
H. Jack makes house calls.
Left in this state championship matchup. Lower Merion leading 47-43.
Got a foul right away as soon as the ball's inbounded. Timeout.
And we'll take a break and come back after this.
Final charge to Lower Merion.
I'm Francis V. Klecker. We at the Klecker Funeral Home have been serving Erie families for 3 generations. We have the largest facility in Erie County and a wide selection of burial or cremation plans to fit your needs. Our 4 licensed funeral directors have a commitment to helping families through a very difficult period in their lives. For a pre-arrangement consultation, call 454-0156. Klecker Funeral Home, continuing the tradition of caring for over 3 generations.
14 cents a game.
We are back live. 14 seconds left in the final quarter. 4-point lead for Lower Merion, and they have possession.
You have to foul. As soon as the ball gets inbounded, you have to foul.
And they did. It's down to 12 seconds, but the guy they're sending to the line is Kobe Bryant.
Well, that's good coaching from Lower Merion. I mean, they did a great job. They know, Greg Downer knows that as soon as the ball is inbounded, Prep has to foul, so they work something out and get a screen for Kobe Bryant to get him the basketball.
And they held Kobe Bryant to this point to just 16 points.
They've done a great job on Kobe Bryant. Some of Lower Merion's other players have stepped up and done a good job also. Bryant makes both of them. You're talking 2-possession game. You're still talking a 2-possession game, 48-43 if Bryant makes the next free throw, a 3 and a 2. So, I mean, there's still hope. There's 12 seconds to go. It's going to take a lot of work, but it can be done.
So Bryant's free throw this time counts. 5-point lead, 12 seconds.
They don't need a 3 here. They just need a real quick basket and a foul, and it's taken too much time for them to get it.
Nice shot for 3 is no good. The clock is winding down. It is over, unfortunately, for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. Lower Merion prevails and wins the state championship by the final score of 48-43. The celebration is on for the Aces, but the Cathedral Prep Ramblers have to be extremely pleased and extremely proud of the 1995-96 season. And look at the media chasing Kobe Bryant. They want a shot of him because this game just may be this young man's last game before heading to the NBA.
Well, he's a great player. I mean, he really is. Kobe Bryant is the real deal. Prep probably played Kobe Bryant better defensively today than anyone in the whole state of Pennsylvania has played him. But as we have heard before, this team is a great team. It's not just Kobe Bryant. They've got some other people here that can play the game of basketball, and that's why they're the state champions. Cathedral Prep, I mean, what can you say about the job Marcel Araby and the way the Prep Ramblers have played? They've done a fabulous job. They have certainly represented the city of Erie, District 10 very well, as you get a good look at Kobe Bryant and his father. Very emotional moment. A lot of pressure on a guy like Kobe Bryant. You're talking a dad, your dad plays in the NBA, and to grow up in that kind of shadow has got to be awfully tough.
So the teams are talking to one another, and congratulations, as this game is now final and in the books, 48-43. A great effort by Marcel Araby and the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. They will get their silver medals and their second place trophy. They are the Western Final champs, and they certainly played like champs tonight. We'll be back with more live from the Hersheypark Arena after this.
What makes the New Holland Super Boom so tough? Everything. See your New Holland dealer today and put the toughest skid steer loader on the market to work for you.
Kafferland Sales and Service, your New Holland dealer, Route 97, Union City.
University of Pennsylvania.
Is it a luxury sedan or is it a truck? Smart lease a GMC Jimmy for $299 a month for 30 months with $1,800 cash or trade down and decide for yourself. You get a 4-door Jimmy with 4-wheel drive, anti-lock brakes, driver's side airbag, power windows and locks, AM/FM with cassette, tilt wheel, cruise, rear defogger and wiper, deep tinted glass and aluminum wheels. So forget the luxury car versus truck debate. Lease a Jimmy from Rick Weaver, Hartley's, Emery Mann, Griffin Bossard, Wiggers, Smith Gray or McQuillan.
The Business Technology Association says Toshiba copiers are the most reliable in America. Is that true? As reliable as Old Faithful. Maybe even more reliable. So, for reliable copiers, fax machines, service and supplies, who do I call? Hagen Business Machines. You got a phone number? Do you have a phone number? Hagen Business Machines, your reliable, faithful Toshiba dealer.
If you do one thing, do it right. In the middle of the day or late at night, don't even try it if you can't come through. You say you want chicken? Well, that's what we do.
Enjoy the KFC All-You-Can-Eat Buffet, featuring a fabulous selection of items, including the Colonel's delicious chicken, fresh salads, hot vegetables, and tasty desserts. All you can eat only $3.99 for lunch, $4.99 dinner, and all day Saturday and Sunday.
KFC, chicken right.
You are watching Marcel Araby, the head coach of the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, place the medals around the necks of his assistant coaches. He just completed with the team, and they will soon be given the second place trophy. And it's certainly been a great run in the 95-96 season for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers.
Mike, you can't ask for anything more than an opportunity, and that's what Prep got this year, an opportunity to play for a state championship. On this night, they just ran into a better team. On this night, I think if Prep and Lower Merion play 10 times, I think each team wins 5 games. I think the teams are that evenly matched. It was obvious that Kobe Bryant wasn't going to win this game by himself. We were unsure if Lower Merion was a good enough team to beat Cathedral Prep. We found out tonight that they do indeed have a very good basketball team, and they are not a one-man gang. I'll tell you what, that is awfully tough. I've been in this position before, Mike, being handed a second-place trophy, and it is absolutely horrible. It is absolutely a horrible feeling to be handed a second-place trophy. Somehow, some way, and it's taken me, how old am I now? It's taken me 14 years, and it's still tough when you think back on someone handing you a second-place trophy.
And now Lower Merion will receive their state championship medals, and they certainly played a well of a ball game as well. And they are celebrating. Again, the final score is 48-43. The Ramblers pushed it to the wire. They shut down Kobe Bryant. They did their job. And their head coach, who will hand out the medals, is Greg Downer, who incidentally came to the game from the hospital. He was hospitalized prior to the game with dehydration, but I don't think he's feeling too bad right now.
Mike, a big thing in a state championship game is playing well. And I really think Prep played well. They probably could, if you ask Marcel Araby right now, he would probably tell you, no, we didn't play as well as we could. That's just the competitor in him. And I think Prep played a pretty solid basketball game tonight, Mike. And it's tough to lose when you play pretty well, and that's what Prep did tonight.
And what a way to finish out the state championships. 8 ball games here at the Hersheypark Arena this weekend. This the final and the main event. And what a ball game it was. Unfortunately for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, they just couldn't get it to happen late in the game as you watch and look at the Cathedral Prep Ramblers as they watch Lower Merion get their state championship medals. And not a happy time for the Prep Ramblers. And keep in mind, there are probably close to 2,000 fans, if not more, on hand from Cathedral Prep who made the trip down, and it's certainly a reason to celebrate. Brian Duffy, your final comments. before we say goodnight.
I mean, it's a great year. You cannot go over to any prep fan or any prep player and say, congratulations, you had a great year. They just don't want to hear it right now. But it was a fabulous, fabulous year for the Ramblers. Another fabulous year, and in what's been a great Hershey run for Cathedral Prep High School.
So we are out of time. The game is over. The ball was tipped, and it was won tonight by Lower Merion. The final score of 48-43. Lower Merion your winner, but State Cathedral Prep coming home as the best in the West. For my co-host Brian Duffy, I'm Mike Gallagher. So long, everyone.
The PIAA Quad A State Championship. Prep.
You'll be ready for that score.
Sunday Sports Extra. This opening section of Sunday Sports Extra is brought to you by your nearby Pontiac team dealer.
And hello once again, everyone, and thank you for staying up with us for this edition of Sunday Sports Extra, a tribute to champions again tonight. Unfortunately for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, they did fall short in their efforts to win a state championship. Lower Merion would prevail, but a great effort by Marcel Araby and his team. In fact, a fantastic effort, and it was a Super Bowl game, and we were happy to carry it live for you here on TV 24. Joining us now live in the studio, several of the players, and we'll talk to more in our next segment, so stay with us for the next couple of segments. And joining us right off the bat, Brian Chizikowski and John Trokey. Gentlemen, first of all, I know it's tough and everyone's telling you great game. It's hard to look past the fact that you lost, but it really was a heck of a ball game, a heck of a run, and I think right here in public I should be the first to apologize for not picking you guys to end up where you did, to maybe not even win the Metro League, and to have the year you did. Chaz, why don't we start with you? Looking past the loss on Saturday evening, I mean, you have to be extremely proud with what this group accomplished.
Well, yeah, all during the season, I think people were rooting for McDowell more. I think they were putting us down. But I think everybody on our team said we have a job to do, and we went out there and we got the job done that we needed to do when we made it to Hershey where we wanted to be.
What was a key to the success of this year, if you had to point to any certain tangible?
Well, this year we didn't have a key player. I think the last 2 years they talk about Booker and Jed. We had to play a five-man game. It wasn't one person out there doing all the work. You had to go out there, and we played as a team. I think that was our accomplishment this year, playing all five on the floor.
Troke, that leads me to a great question for you. If you were not a member of this team and knowing what you know about it, could you pick an MVP of this prep team? Because, I mean, even when you go to the bench, you got guys like Fiorelli and Witherspoon and Vahi who have just done such a sensational job. You know, who would you look to if you had to pick an MVP?
I don't think anybody. I think all the seniors stepped up big this year and really stepped up. And people like Mike McMahon and people that work so hard in practice, they push us to the limits as well as the coaching staff. And I think it's a great scenario to play on a team that may not have the big-time score or anything because everybody's involved in certain ways.
Troke, Duff and I were at your practice day before the game, and one thing we noticed is the discipline that you guys have. The incredible discipline that this team exemplifies, and it isn't like something that Marcel seems to have to pound into your heads.
Well, at first he does, I think, because that discipline is something he stresses. And then he says that you have to stay mentally tough as well as physically tough, and I think that's a big key for us, that we are so mentally tough and we play in so many big games that when the state championship comes along, it's not so overwhelming.
We are watching some videotape highlights of the game from Saturday night, and some great plays by that guy, Kobe Bryant, but he was averaging more than 32 points a game. Troke, you had the responsibility of shutting him down, and you did. Were you a little nervous going up against him initially, but what was your mindset going in?
I think the mindset you have to take going in playing a great player like that, he is a great player, is that he's a high school kid too. He's at the same point we are, and that was the state finals. And we played talented athletes, and you're not going to back down from anyone, not at this point in the season.
Shez, and we hate to look to this, but maybe one of our downfalls, the fact that you got in some foul trouble. You were on offensively when it happened. Your thoughts? I mean, was that crucial?
Well, right when I got into foul trouble, I knew I had to keep my team in the game when I got back in. And I came back in, I tried to give them a boost, but it seemed when I went back out there, I just got in more foul trouble, and I just couldn't stay out of it.
One thing we pointed out in our pregame show about Coach Araby, a lot of people didn't know that prior to the season his mother passed away in Philly. And I don't think, did he ever tell you guys?
No, he never told us all during the season, and I think that's something that was really hard for him to do, and I give him a lot of credit for coming into practice every day and coming in there and helping us out.
I have apologized to you here publicly for thinking that you wouldn't be there, and a lot of other people were in the same boat I was. Do we, by that same token, have to really start giving this guy, Marcel Araby, some credit? Because when you look at it, 9 years, 5 trips to the Western Final, could have been an additional 1 or 2 trips to the Western Final, the 3 trips to Hershey. I mean, he has just compiled a remarkable record and proved on Saturday night that he can coach with the best of them. Is it time we start giving this guy a little bit more credit?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he has to be one of the hardest workers around this area and maybe even in the country. I mean, when we found out his mother passed away, that showed me that, I mean, he puts us ahead of everything. And that, I mean, you just can't ask for any more than that. And I respect him so much, you just can't really put words to it.
Well, we want you guys to know you're respected by the whole community, and certainly represented our community quite well on and off the court, and your efforts are appreciated. Thanks for being with us on the show. And don't go away, Rambler fans, because we're coming back with Keith Neese after this.
Spring and rejuvenate your spirit with a fresh new Pontiac. Forget about putting a spring in your step. Put the pedal to the metal in a 96 Bonneville. Its suspension unwinds curves. Its power flattens hills. Or save a lot of green. Lease a Grand Am for just $212 a month for 36 months with $2,000 down. Or $274 a month with nothing down. Don't let any grass grow under your feet. Get to Hallman, McQuillan, Kramer, Jones, Rice, Upperman, Griffin, Bossard, or Kirkpatrick now.
Here at Paris Cleaners, not only will you receive the finest dry cleaning service available, you'll also meet truly caring employees who consistently meet the expectations of the most demanding of dry cleaning customers.
Welcome to Paris Cleaners.
Hi, welcome to Paris Cleaners.
How can we help you?
Hi, welcome to Paris Cleaners.
So bring us your dress shirts, your wedding gowns, your winter coats, anything that needs special care. Bring it to us, Paris Cleaners, the caring professionals. And make a friend or two.
94, the oldie station, wakes you up with Martin and London.
Coming up Monday on the Martin and London Morning Show on Froggy 94, we're going to let you nominate the best actress and actor for the Oscars.
And we also have a couple of special guests from the Erie Philharmonic that will be here.
Does it bother you when I talk into your ear like this, Brian?
It's Martin and London in the morning on Erie's oldie station, Froggy 94.
We've got the best baseball and softball equipment from Rawlings, Wilson, Easton, and Louisville Sluggers to make you the best. Right now, take 20% off already reduced prices on all ball gloves, bats, batters, gloves, and shoes. You won't find a larger selection or lower prices on team equipment and clothing than at your Erie sports stores. Do you want to play? Then shop Erie sports stores for the best in sports. Downtown, Liberty Plaza, and West 8th Street.
And welcome back to the show live here on Sunday night, the state championship weekend. We will continue our live interview with Keith Neese in just a moment, but this is the segment of the show where we feature our Erie Sports Store Team of the Week. Well, earlier on Action News, in fact at 6 o'clock, one of our producers, Darren Hart, produced a piece for us on the game showing some of the highlights, so we thought we wanted to show it to you one more time, and we thought we'd label it by naming the Erie Cathedral Prep Ramblers as our Erie Sports Store Team of the Week.
Welcome to the Hersheypark Arena for tonight's PIAA Boys Quad A State Championship game featuring the Erie Cathedral Prep Ramblers and the Aces of Lower Merion. Shez the Trokey. Trokey being guarded by Bryant, and Trokey nicely to the basket gives the Ramblers the early lead. Sophomore Julian Blanks over to Shez for three. Counted.
Everything is pushed baseline, then they look for some help. Great job by Julian Blanks.
Off the rim, no good. Bryant with the rebound, goes up for the slam, and Kobe Bryant is coming on strong now, and it is now 13-11. Spoon drives the baseline nicely and puts it in for two. Julian Blanks, cross half court, taken away by Kobe Bryant, who is going to go the distance up and slams it home. You look at the prep rooting section as we get set to start the third quarter.
Bryant all over the floor.
And the drive by Griffin counts, and the foul. Across the court, the shot for three is up and in for Emery Dabney. Thought about it, thinks again, shoots off the rim, no good. Rebound for Lower Merion. They work it up the floor, the pass, and the slam for Kobe Bryant. R.J. Fiorelli to Shezakowski for three. Counted for three. Shezakowski now with 9 from three-point range.
Keeping him in the game right now, Mike. There's a long way to go, and that's a great pass by Keith Neese.
To R.J. Fiorelli, who gets the shot. Brings it up the floor, pulls up, shoots, and scores.
This time he hits one of those floaters. We've seen Neese hit those shots. I like the way this possession has started for the Ramblers. They're being very patient, looking for something good.
Driving, shot no good. Ball is loose on the floor. Lower Merion comes up with it. Pass ahead is up and in.
They just need a real quick basket and a foul, and it's taken too much time for them to get it.
Neese shot for three is no good. The clock is winding down. It is over, unfortunately, for the Cathedral Prep Ramblers.
And we are back live here again. Congratulations to the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, our Erie Sports Store Team of the Week, and one man who made this season possible, Keith Neese, one of the seniors and true leaders on the team. Keith, thank you for joining us. And first of all, I want to tell you, you got a great family. Your brother Tom